Hey everybody, Brickhouse here, and the ESPN Charter Spectrum situation, in my belief, is going to be a seminal moment when it comes to linear cable. And the reason why is the fact that ESPN knows its advertising dollars are declining with the decline of linear cable. So what they decided to do in this case is say, hey, Charter Spectrum, our deal is up. So we want you to pay more money to license the ESPN networks. Oh, and by the way, we want you to bundle all the Disney networks on the same cable tier. And Charter Spectrum's answer was, no, not going to do it this time around. We're not going to be beholden to ESPN/Disney. And be strong-armed into paying more money to have their network on our cable system. And not only that, but we should be able to, and our customers should be able to decide what channels that they want in what bundles. We're not going to be forced to be all or nothing. So this all stems from years and years and years and years and years and years of these deals being done with cable systems, be it Comcast, Xfinity, Charter Spectrum, Bright House, DirecTV, Dish Network. This even affects, to an extent, streaming platforms like YouTube TV, Fubo TV, even to an extent Hulu, which 66% of Hulu is owned by Disney. But to put it in an easy way to understand, ESPN's viewership has been on the decline steadily since the peak in 2014 or 2013, sometime in that time frame. In fact, just 9 years ago, ESPN was in 100 million households. That's a lot of households. Now, when you look at what they did this past Thursday, right as the Florida-Utah game was getting ready to kick off and the banner came up saying that, hey, there is no deal here, so we've decided to pull our channels off of your platform. Well, that just eliminated like 45 million households. 45 million. Now just think about this for a second. Think about this for a second. ESPN was making $6 per month per subscriber at 100 million subscribers. They were making somewhere in the neighborhood of $6 to $7 billion a year. Now you toss in the advertising revenue, now you're talking somewhere between 9 and 10 billion dollars a year, and that number has been on the slow and steady decline. And to put this in perspective, when you pay your $100 a month, $120 a month for cable, that cable bill includes that $6 for ESPN, even if you don't watch any of the ESPN networks. And that's not just ESPN, that goes for any channel out there that you're paying for channels you do not watch. Now, why this is a super huge deal is the fact that ESPN in recent weeks has been announcing that, hey, they would like to launch a streaming platform and go to direct to consumer with the ESPN networks, while at the same time going to the cable providers, in this case Charter Spectrum, and saying, hey, you need to pay us more money to have our content, to have our channels. This isn't going to add up. This isn't going to end well, especially for the consumer, because if ESPN does go linear to get the revenues that they expect to get, you're going to be talking somewhere in the neighborhood of $40 per subscriber per month to an ESPN standalone platform to get the revenue dollars that they currently get from cable TV. That's not attainable. That's not going to happen. I know I'm not going to pay $40 a month for ESPN on a standalone platform. Not happening. So this is why this is a seminal moment in when it comes to media and when it comes to cable TV, because if Charter Spectrum tells ESPN, you know what? You're not strong arming us. We're not doing this deal. See ya. You think things are bad now at Disney, ESPN, Marvel, Lucasfilm, the whole kit and caboodle. Keep in mind, I already said advertising revenues are going down because subscriber losses from cable. So they're not raking in not just the advertising revenue, but the fees that they get from the cable companies per subscriber. Not only that, but the millions of dollars they're losing through Marvel and Lucasfilm and Disney Studios and Pixar as a whole. They're losing millions of dollars with their theatrical releases. They've lost $2 billion in the last 3 quarters with Disney Plus streaming. Revenues are down all over at the House of Mouse. Their stock has hit a 9-year low. And this just doesn't affect ESPN. This isn't just an ESPN thing, by no means. The same thing with Warner Discovery, with TNT, TBS, AMC, Nickelodeon. The same thing could be said for the Comcast networks, USA Network, CNBC, NBC, USA Network. I think I said USA Network already. Same thing could happen to them. Now, where this isn't going to have that big of an impact is with your news channels, like CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, Bloomberg, so on and so forth. Because they don't rely on rights fees like ESPN does, for example, with the NBA and Major League Baseball and the NHL and even college football to an extent, even though they do own the SEC network, they do own the ACC network. I think they also possibly the Big 12, or the Big 12 might be Fox. So there's a lot going on here. And in my opinion, this is not going to end well. At least it's not going to end well for cable in the near term. In the long term, I don't think it's going to end well for ESPN as a standalone streaming service, because they're going to have to charge an arm and a leg to get that revenue that they're currently getting now from cable and satellite providers. And the likes of Fubo, YouTube TV, Hulu, and other streaming platforms that are similar to cable providers. So just thought I would throw that out there. Comment down below, share your thoughts, tell me what you think. I'd be interested to hear what you guys think about this whole ESPN Charter Spectrum deal. Oh yeah, too, and also one last thing. ESPN thought it would be a good idea to trot Stephen A. Smith out there. No. that's not going to make a dent. That's not going to make a difference in these negotiations. The way I see this going is that there's going to be some middle ground there. The deal's going to get signed. ESPN's going to be back on Charter Spectrum, and everybody's going to go their merry way for another 4 or 5 years, and it's going to all happen again. And you're going to see the same thing happen over and over again with other, like I said, with Warner Discovery, with Comcast and the Comcast networks, and CBS, Paramount, Viacom, whatever conglomerate they are now. You're going to see this happen again and again and again and again. But anyway, folks, share your comments, share your thoughts down below. While you're at it, please take the time to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit that notification bell to get notified when my content becomes available here on YouTube. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.